Glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off. I know you can see this tripod. Welcome to another episode of WTF ITF, or What the F*** is in the Fridge. This is the show where we figure out what we're gonna cook as we're cooking it. We've been in quarantine for 2 weeks now, I wanna say, and we went shopping about 2 weeks and a day ago. So I really, at this point, don't have any idea what I have in the fridge, what I have in the freezer, or what I have in the pantry. I will find out at the same time you do. So let's go over to the fridge and take a look. Ooh, almond milk, almond butter, pickles, rice pudding, pickled cabbage, hot sauce, condiments, eggs, jalapeno oil, slim pickings it looks like, bacon, sausages, chorizo, buffalo sausage, kielbasa, chicken broth, some shrimp shells, a single Girl Scout cookie, classic mixed vegetables, a Mediterranean blend, a sofrito blend, fiesta blend, an onion, garlic, quinoa, lasagna noodles, lentil lasagna. I'm a little scared of what I have left. I am not super inspired. My brain immediately goes to the quinoa. I do want some kind of meat. I think I'm going to have to do one of those sausages. I also want something that's relatively nutritious. I want something, some kind of vegetable component. Yeah, this episode is hard. I don't know if I have stuff to make something good. Okay, I have decided. I'm gonna do some kind of quinoa thing with veggies in it. I'm gonna do that sofrito blend that we saw. I'm gonna do some chopped up bacon in there. That will do sort of some veggies and some starch and some meat all in one thing. So I got out the stuff that would be needed for some kind of quinoa and vegetables with some flavor punches. The quinoa, obviously. Quinoa, 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 quinoa. Great. The sofrito blend, that's basically peppers and onions. I can add some other things if I want, such as garlic. I got out some bacon, some liquid smoke because, I don't know, flavor. And I made yesterday jalapeno oil. I basically just put some vegetable oil in a pot with a sliced up jalapenos. So we'll see where life takes us. I need to cook the quinoa in a liquid. Now you can use water and that's totally great. The package probably says water. I want more flavor than that and I always have frozen chicken broth. I make up chicken broth, I freeze it into cubes using ice cube trays. So I'm just gonna use chicken broth. I'm starting to figure out where we're going with this, but I'm not like feeling it. You know, I'm not super excited about it yet, and I'm hoping that something comes along that will get me more excited. I got out 2 strips of bacon, and I'm just gonna cut them up, you know, as finely as I can. Oh, this knife is nice and sharp. And give them a quick, you know, I would say small dice. I'm gonna get out about a half cup of quinoa to feed myself. I think that should be enough. I'm not gonna measure the sofrito mix because I'm just gonna put in the amount I want. Oh, even frozen, it smells good. The best way I have found to peel garlic is to cut off the root end and then give it a very slight tap. And on this one, very slight tap. And the peel is already loosened and it should come right off. Yep, there it goes. I am not being too careful about size here. I put them in the same container that the sofrito mix is in. Each cube is about a 1/4 cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple minutes in the microwave is all I'm gonna need. And cleaning up as you go is especially important when you are using frozen things. A small pot for the quinoa and chicken broth. Quinoa right into the pot. So I did put 1 block of the frozen chicken broth into the quinoa before I decided to melt the chicken broth. It'll be fine. Bacon first. I want to render the fat so that I can use that fat to cook the vegetables. I'm still not feeling super excited about this meal. I'm searching for something else. I really want something else. Ooh, you can really hear it popping. The bacon is crisping. The bacon is pretty much rendered. I'm now going to add the sofrito and garlic. It is always a good idea to salt as you go. Oh, that is smelling so good. I'm gonna call this done. I'm gonna put the veggies in a little bowl. The quinoa is done. I'm just gonna take the lid off of it and fluff it up and see how it is. Looks good to me, so I'm gonna add the veggies in. I've decided I am gonna use the kielbasa. I'm just gonna slice it on the bias. I'm gonna use the same pan that I used for the bacon and for the mixed vegetables. Single layer. Now, it's gonna curl up, and like, that's totally fine. It's got a bit of char on the ends, and I think that's great. Never be afraid of a little bit of char. When you grill something, you char it a bit. Just gonna put a lid on it to keep it warm. Shake it around a little bit for no reason. I think smoky, spicy aioli on top of the whole thing is gonna be super fun. This is homemade mayonnaise. It tastes so much better than store-bought mayonnaise. It's totally worth doing yourself. I'm sure some week I will do a video where I do homemade mayonnaise. If you don't have it and you have just normal mayonnaise, spruced up a bit, any kind of seasonings or any kind of herbs. I'm putting in a little bit of the jalapeno oil, the chili oil, and I'm gonna do this over the stove because I have a camera there. And I'm just giving it a little stir. It's gonna look like it broke, but it won't break. Look, done, easy. Let's see what it tastes like. Not quite spicy enough. Oh! Not quite spicy enough. I do want to add a little bit of this liquid smoke. Again, add anything you have, anything you want. But I think the liquid smoke, since I have it, is going to be awesome. So this is what it looks like. Basically, it looks like normal mayonnaise. Smoky and spicy and fun. All right, I feel totally different about this meal now. Plating is really purely for aesthetics, but the more enticing something looks when you sit down to it, the better you already feel going in. You're sort of giving the dish the benefit of the doubt. It looks like fingers. Oh my God, I don't like it. Somewhat better. No, that still looks ridiculous. Yeah, there's no way I can make this look good. This is what I have. I tried plating this intentionally. I'm hungry, and at a certain point, you can't care anymore. I feel like that second grader who just like failed art class. But I know it's gonna be delicious. I've tried it all. It's like worth eating. If you can't laugh at yourself, you're just not living a full enough life. To sum up, we made a quinoa bowl, basically. This feeling I was missing before when we were first conceiving of this dish, and I was like, it's just not hitting me here, you know? It totally does now. We've got a nice mix of really nutritious things like vegetables and the quinoa, and then really soul-warming things like the sausage and the sauce on top. So the whole thing just feels really nice to eat. So join me next time for another episode of What the F*** is in the Fridge. I'm gonna eat some joy.